Hi Gemini, I'm Love from a Leo, and today is going to be your reading. As you already clicked and seen, this is going to be for January 7th through the 31st, okay? So let's go ahead and look at your card just so you can have a little bit of your own energy. The twins. Alrighty, so let's get this started. This will be for Sun, Moon, and Rising, okay? This is general reading. If you want a personal reading, then you can contact me at lovefromaleo@gmail.com, okay? So let's go ahead and start. Beginning of January for Gemini. All right, first card out. Okay. So starting out, we have the Hermit card in reverse, all right? So this means that you will be definitely feeling a little bit more social, okay? So if you're a Gemini who isn't really into being socially active, this is a time where even for you, you're gonna be feeling a little bit more like you wanna get out of your box. You wanna start to engage with other people, or maybe just be more social with your family, or anyone that you know, any places that you wanna go. You're definitely gonna start to feel a little bit more open when it comes to things like that, okay? The reason being is because you have so many opportunities that are coming your way, and there's no real right or wrong answer. It's just about you going out there and taking and following your curiosity, which is really what Gemini is about, right? We move to the 5 of Cups here. So it seems as though some of you are a little on the downside, or not looking at what you should be looking at. You're looking at the glass half empty instead of half full, okay? So let's see what situation that's involving. Alrighty, so I think we got 3 cards that came out. Okay, let me take some time to look and see what I'm looking at. Okay, so it seems as though something ended, right? And with this ending, it seems as though this King of Wands, so it could have been an Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius, or it could have been a situation that was really embarrassing for you. And now you're starting to be a little bit more grateful and appreciate, almost like you're being more humble about a situation. But it could have still been a situation that made you feel sad, or maybe you felt like you really messed up this time. So maybe you just got a little too excited, and the way that you had to transition into a better you is to kind of go through something that was embarrassing for you, or something that maybe made you feel a little less than in control of a situation. The beauty of the situation, though, is that you are now at a more humble state, and you're appreciating the things that you have more in your life. So I feel like it was all worth it at the end of the day. It's just something that you have to realize it already happened. Let's move on from it and let's learn from it, okay? So then moving towards this card, we have the Knight of Cups. So I really like to see this. This is a beautiful card. This means you're very optimistic about your emotional life. And for some of you, you'll actually be making some new decisions. You'll start making some moves in your emotional life towards what you want, okay? So let's go ahead and see what's going on for the middle of your January. That was very quick. It seemed as though the beginning of your January is going to go by really, really fast, okay? Middle of January for Gemini. All right, I saw the first card. Second card out. All right. So we have the Justice card in reverse. So when we see this, we already know that there's some imbalance here, and there may be a situation where someone isn't being totally honest. So let's go ahead and see what part of your life this is dealing with. Alrighty. So definitely some arguing going on, some competition, some aggression. So that's what is unbalanced. There's a sense of just being kind of like all over the place with the emotions, but like more so anger. So maybe some of you can't necessarily communicate how you're feeling, and so it's making it to where you're acting out. We have the 4 of Cups in reverse. And so this is also telling me that a lot of you you're starting to look at things from a different perspective, but before you get to that point, it's like you had to go through a lot of like anger and turmoil with someone else. You understand what I'm saying? So it's kind of like you had to battle. And for some of you, it could have been you just battling with yourself, like the two sides, you know, like trying to figure out what's the best thing for you to do, or should you get back at someone or should you not? And so I feel like it was just really unbalanced because you just had no stance in what was going on yet. But we do have the Chariot here upright at the bottom of the deck. So I feel like these two, whatever two things are kind of making it harder for you to make a decision on something or for you to pick a side, they're going to come together. They're going to start to work together so that you can actually move forward and make progress in some type of way, okay? So I actually see that as very, very good. We then move to the Queen of Cups in reverse. So this is a Cancer, Scorpio, or Pisces. Someone who's not being very balanced, though. It's someone who is, for lack of better words, being needy, or being someone who is very clingy or emotionally, they need someone to lean on. And that's not terrible, but whenever the Queen of Cups shows up like this, that means that the person is being very, very, it could even be manipulative on some end. So let's go ahead and see who this is referring to. We can get a little bit more details on that. Who is this Queen of Cups in reverse? All right, someone that you're in a love relationship with, or someone who you had harmonious connection with, okay? But it's definitely some type of love connection. And then, yeah, it's something that you have to make a decision on. Someone that you have to make a decision on for the greater good of yourself. So it's like, maybe even financially, like they take a lot from you, or it's someone that you value, but it's someone that you have to make a decision on, okay? So here's those cards of what I just read. Moving to the Knave of Swords in reverse. So this could be you, Gemini. This is you not being thoughtful, or you're not being thoughtful of yourself. You're not thinking about what's best for you in the situation. You may be overlooking some things. It's not a terrible card, but it usually means that you're overlooking something, or you're not paying attention to the real fact of the matter when it comes to yourself, okay? Let's see more what I can get for that. Okay, so yeah, this could definitely be you, and it's about you not letting go of something that you need to let go of. So that can definitely be this person in your life that I just said needs to make a decision on, right? And it's because you're not letting go, and it could be because you're thinking of all the good things, but in this moment, it seems as though you, why won't you let go? Let's see. There we go. All right, so we got 3 cards. You're not letting go because someone's going to be on the losing end of it, and you don't want it to be you. Just simply put, communication-wise, it's like you want to stay, you don't want to stay. You have your reasons why you want to go, you have your reasons why you want to stay. And so again, with that back and forth, Knight of Wands here, this is saying that it's like you're going out there to make choices, like you're physically putting in action, but for some reason it may not be the best decision to make. Almost like you're going out, like you're rushing into the war too quick, and you don't necessarily have a plan, and so everything backfires on you. But at the same time, that just having the initial fire to go out and do it is probably what you love most about what that situation is. Like you just like the intensity, the passion behind it. And then 6 of Swords in reverse. This is saying that this transitionary period may be pushing you back, or the person that you're going through this with may be the person that you need to let go. And it just could be that it's just a time that you're supposed to transition, and this is how you're going to become, instead of the Knave of Swords, maybe the Knight of Swords. You understand what I'm saying? Like, in order for you to level up, you may have to let something go, and it may just be that person. And so, yeah, for some of you, it is a very, very bittersweet moment. But for a lot of you, I do feel that this is something that's been brewing for a very long time, and it's almost like you just need to be real with yourself. You're not paying attention to what needs to be paid attention to. All right, simply put, Gemini. All right, first card out. End of January. The Star card in reverse. So for some, or a lot of Geminis, you may feel like after the moment of having to make a decision, or after the moment of maybe making a decision and not feeling fully confident in it, you feel as though there's no hope left. There's no light at the end of the tunnel. There's no reason to keep going. Now, the way to fix that, how do we fix this for Gemini? What does Gemini need to do so they don't feel this way? Here we go. Queen of Swords. This is also you, Gemini. This could be any air sign, Gemini, Libra, or an Aquarius. But this is saying the way that you can feel more hopeful and feel like there's more optimism to come, you have to be logical. So the reason why all of this was happening was because emotionally you had so much invested in the situation that you weren't being logical. You were taking all of the air quality, all of that air-like, the sword-like precision truth out of the situation. And so when the Queen of Swords shows up, this is saying like you have to be logically intact. Like you have to look at the facts only, okay? It doesn't mean that you have to be cold or distant, but you do need to look at the facts for what they are. And then you need to determine, do you want this or do you not want this? And for a lot of you, it could be as simple as just talking to yourself, maybe writing it out, or maybe talking to someone who is very like how this person is, very straight to the point, very factual. There's no emotions attached to the situation. So for some of you, it could take going to another person that's outside of the situation, looking in to talk to you, or someone who is not emotionally invested in the situation, because you seem to be very invested in the situation, and it's causing you to feel like, okay, I made the decision, I know it's supposed to be right, but for some reason I'm still not feeling confident about what I've done or what decision I've made. And that's totally fine. And you have to remember that we do have the Sun card in reverse here. So being that you may have to do something that you didn't want to do, this is going to lead you to get what you want. It's just going to come in a way that you least expected it. And so for some of you, it will be just you having to give up on the situation or give up on the person and move on. And then you'll see, okay, this is what I needed. This is all I had to do to get what I wanted, what I truly wanted. And so once that happens, everything will start to make sense. But you have to get through that phase of feeling like you're hopeless, or feeling like things didn't work out, or feeling like, dang, did I really do what I had to do? And then just sitting with that. That's part of the process of, becoming awakened again, enlightened again about the situation at hand, and becoming more in tune with yourself as a Gemini, okay? Alrighty, so moving on, we have the Ace of Pentacles here. So right after you make that decision, and right after you realize that you did make the right decision and that things are coming your way, you just have to be patient. You have the Ace of Pentacles. So that's a blessing in disguise. And for some of you, it could be money, like a financial improvement or progress or profiting from something. And then for others, it could just simply be a change of life, a change of how things are going for you. All right, so a blessing. This is also showing up because we have the Knight of Swords. So saying that there's a mental rush that comes into play, and being that you are a air sign, this is kind of like you finally finding that reignition. It's kind of like when you turn on the stove and the fire comes up for the first time or something. It's like you're finally getting back to you. And being that you are a Gemini and, fast thinking, being Mercury, all of that is in tune, I feel like, for you. And it'll help you probably improve your finances. And if not that, then you'll just have a more confident stance in your life, okay? And again, yes, with the Ace of Wands is definitely saying that you will have movement, okay? So new things coming, new inspiration, new creativity, maybe some new sexual partners on the way, all right? So very good energy, and I really do like to see this, okay? We end your January off with the World card in reverse. So being that we had so much change in this January, there may be, at the very end of January, you may have to be stuck with some cleaning, getting things out of the closet, getting some things hashed away. Being that you're in a different new state of mind, or maybe even physically in a new place, you may have to deal with the things and unpack mentally, emotionally, spiritually, all of these things that you had to let go of, or the things that you let go of a long time ago, and now they're starting to come back to the surface. So I don't necessarily think that your life will be in shambles, but I think that you have to do the work and kind of unpack all of those things that were hidden away or put to the back burner for so long, okay? So if you're willing to go for that challenge, then you will probably see a huge uplifting in yourself, but it's all about you taking on that courage to do so. All right, yeah, and we have the Emperor here. So it's kind of taking charge of your life and really doing what needs to be done for you. This could also be an Aries coming into your life, or because of an Aries could be why you're feeling like you have to change a lot of things in your life. But I do feel like it's not an overbearing boss or authority figure. It's just you finally having to take charge of your life, honestly. Take charge of your life and make the decisions that need to be made. I feel like you also have to make sure that you are valuing yourself as a magician. And when I say that, I mean you create everything in your reality. You create what's going on, whether you realize it or not. So once you take that power back, I feel like your life can start to rebuild itself on its own, but with your effort. You kind of have to ignite that though, okay? I like everything that I've seen here. I know that there's going to be a tough time for some of you in different parts of January, but I do feel as though the hard work will be done in this month. If you do it that way, if you do the hard work this month, then all you have to do next month is probably just kind of rebuild what has to be taken away. Does that make sense? So kind of like renovations for your life. and just rebuilding, restarting, making your life brand new again. So breaking down some walls to build them back up and paint them, and you know what I'm saying? It's like rebuilding a house, and it should be very eventful. If you have any questions, or if you need any assistance with trying to figure out anything that's going on this month, or if you have future questions for anything else or any tarot reading that you would like me to do for you, you can email me at lovefromaleo@gmail.com and we can get a reading going for you. Thank you so much for watching. All the support means so much to me, and I hope everything goes as well for you guys. And yeah, if I'm not your favorite Leo, one day I will be. And until next time, Gemini, I'll see you very, very soon. Bye, love.